On today, we're so thankful, so excited to see my dear friend, Maxine Waters. Here, everybody know her. Her office called about a week ago and told me that she wanted to stop by. And it is good when friends stop by and see about friends. She has been a friend to this church down through the years. Every step of the way of our progress, she has been there for us. And I believe she's going to continue to be there for us in the future. We have some tremendous things that's going to be happening in our ministry. And I know she's going to be there for us. And so I want Maxine to come. Y'all know who she is. Maxine Waters, our Congressman. It's all yours.
Good morning, New Journey Ministries. Pastor John, First Lady Renita, thank you for allowing me to come this morning and share a few thoughts with you. I feel extremely blessed. First of all, just blessed because I was able to get up this morning. Sometimes we don't know how blessed we are. We complain about everything. We complain that we don't have enough money. We complain that our children aren't doing what we want them to do. We complain that we're being treated wrong, but in the final analysis, we're blessed because we're breathing. Pastor John, let me just say this to you. I am so pleased and delighted at your leadership. I thank you not only for your spiritual leadership in this community, but I thank you for your civic involvement. You care about what's going on, and you act on it. And I see here one of the bulletins that you have, so typical of who you are. New Journey Ministries, Church of God in Christ, Prayer Walk, taking back our city through prayer. November 13th, 2010, 10 a.m. Give him a big round of applause for that leadership. The community is certainly better off when everybody can come to church and be involved and get connected, but not everybody comes. And so for this minister who's decided to go out to those who don't come and to provide leadership, it is most commendable. Pastor John, I just want to take a few minutes to remind everybody that next Tuesday is election, a week from Tuesday. And the pundits are predicting that we're not going to vote. They're saying that we're going to lose the House of Representatives in Congress, and we may even lose the United States Senate, and that the very, very, very conservative element of this country will be taking over. Now, you and I know we can't afford to have that happen for a lot of reasons. I am stunned and amazed that we have those who want to get rid of Social Security. Social Security has held us in good stead since its inception. Prior to Social Security, we had seniors who were sitting in homes where the roofs were leaking. We had seniors who were without food for all of the month. We had seniors who could not get transportation to go places. Social Security has helped to cure all of that, in addition to all of the senior citizen services that we have. We should not be willing to give it up because we don't go to the polls and vote. These same right-wing conservatives would like to do away with the Department of Education. They would also like to put into the hands of Wall Street our Social Security, telling us that if we invest in Wall Street, we'll do better than the checks that we're receiving. Now, we just watch what happened on Wall Street. They almost put us into a depression. When you take a look at what Wall Street did and what the big banks did, we had a meltdown. We had a subprime meltdown in this country where people were signing up for mortgages they couldn't afford because they didn't know what they were signing. They got tricked. They told us that, yes, you can get into a house. You don't have any money down. That's all right. You have a little money down. Don't worry. It will reset. We'll start you out with low interest rates. It will reset later on. We didn't know what they meant. They put those papers in front of us. We signed it because we wanted to live the American dream. We all wanted a house. And lo and behold, now we're confronted with all of these home foreclosures. We got to clean that mess up. The people who want to get rid of Barack Obama and me and everybody else, they're saying, no, don't place a moratorium on loan modifications. They're saying, no, those people who signed knew what they were doing. And I'm saying to them, you can't tell me that this many people are in trouble with these mortgages because all of a sudden everybody's irresponsible. No, that's not true. The fact of the matter is we got tricked. We got suckered. We got told that we could get into these mortgages and we could own a home, but nobody told us when we started out with 5% interest rates that it was going to jump to 9% or 10% when that loan reset. And so we've got a lot of work to do, and we're fighting. This president has done a wonderful job, but you wouldn't know it if you listen to what is going on these blogs. There are some people, no matter how good he is, no matter how much he's done, they don't want to see him president of the United States. And so they're coming after him. They still are saying, oh, he wasn't born in this country. His birth certificate says he was. They're still saying, oh, he's a Muslim. Well, in the first place, it's none of their business what religion he is. One of the things we're guaranteed by the Constitution is you can worship where you please, whomever you please. That is your right as a free individual. And so it goes on and on and on. Some people say, Maxine Waters, we're worried about you. We heard they're coming after you. Yes. And what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is when they shoot, they better shoot straight. We, Pastor John, we do not recoil in fear when we believe we're doing the right thing for our people. And so they said, oh, you know what she did? She set up a meeting with the Secretary of the Treasury for this black bank. And do you know her husband had an investment in that bank? Ladies and gentlemen, I did not set up a meeting for any one bank. I set up a meeting for all 103 of the minority banks. It is not only the minority banks that I work for. I work for minority automobile dealers. I work for minority bankers. I work for minority professionals on Wall Street, minority newspapers, minority radio stations, because what we're dealing with is this. Everybody talks about pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Economic development is extremely important, Pastor, and access to capital, the ability to have access to capital so you can buy inventory, you can create jobs. And this is what is missing too often in our communities. We are squeezed out of these opportunities. When you look at all of the agencies of government, whether it is the Treasury or the FEC or the SEC or the FDIC, all of these agencies where money decisions are made, we have to open this up. And we have to put some of our people at the table so that we can have access. That's what I do. That's what you send me there for. I could go to Washington. I could go to all the fancy parties at night. I could get in the back room and forget who sent me there. I could be looking for perks. But no, I dare to do what you asked me to do. And so we have a big push in this country from those who are on the ultra-right wing, who are not pleased that you have a Barack Obama, a Maxine Waters, a Congressional Black Caucus that's pushing to open up doors, to create opportunities. What good is it to say to our young people, go to school, do well, graduate, go to college, if when they do all of this, they don't have any opportunity? I don't intend for that to happen. And finally, Pastor, let me say this. Let me say, in addition to opening up opportunities, encouraging our young people, and getting in a position where we leave something to them, I'm sick and tired of our young men in particular being locked up in these prisons and these jails, and the key is thrown away on them. Of course, there are some bad people out there and they need to be locked up. But I want to tell you, these young people, 19 and 20 and 21 years old, maybe get in trouble for the first time because they don't have wisdom and you didn't have it either when you were their age. And so they deserve a chance. They deserve a chance. They deserve an opportunity. And we can't continue to sit down and let our young people be locked up disproportionately, filling up these prisons. We've got to say no rehabilitation. We've got to say no prevention. We've got to say protection. We've got to say all of the things that many communities have whose young people don't get thrown in jail. They're still locking up, well, stopping some young people in some communities, and they take them home to their parents. They knock on the door, and they say, we've caught him out here doing this. You want him? And they say, yes. But our kids, they take straight to jail. And so I have the responsibility. We have the responsibility to offer leadership. Is that stepping outside the box? You bet it is. Because it would be easier to say, oh, I want to protect my community from crime. We've just got to lock them up and throw the key away. You can fight for safe communities, and you can fight for what's right for your children at the same time. I believe that. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and share my thoughts with you. You got to get to the polls and vote. Some people say, well, Congresswoman, how can I help? You can help by voting. The pundits said you're not going to vote. They say that you're going to be outvoted. They say that we're going to lose this entire midterm election. We're going to lose Congress, and Barack Obama won't stand a chance in 4 years. 2 more years, that's what he's got. 2 more years before another election. If we don't win this one, you can forget about him serving a second term. If we don't win this and you allow those who take over some of these districts to be in charge, you forget about the gains that we're made. They want to repeal health care reform. We've had people dying from preventable disease for years. We have folks who can't get insurance because we have heart trouble. We have diabetes disproportionately. We have these diseases, and the insurance companies won't insure us. This bill that we signed into law, that we worked so hard for, healthcare reform, will say to insurance companies, you cannot deny coverage because of any pre-existing condition. We don't care what it is, HIV, AIDS, diabetes, heart trouble. And so, if we let the others get in, they're going to repeal it. They're going to take it away. Now, if that doesn't get you up and going, I don't know what else to tell you, but I would commend to you, in addition to prayer, which we all need and we must have, we cannot sustain ourselves without it. And I think, Pastor, without me getting too far into what you know more about than I do, I think God wants us to help ourselves too. Is that right? Thank you very much.
That's our Congresswoman. Thank you, Maxine. We appreciate you and coming by and sharing with us on today, our friend.